How far would you go for some updoots on the internet? How badly do you want to suckle from that juicy teat of internet clout? I've actually started quite a few videos with that exact same question. It seems that today the most important thing to people is the numbers on the screen. Bigger number, better person. Everyone's so desperate to squeeze as much milk as possible from those beautiful honkers of internet points, and no price is too high. We've seen some wacky, goofy shit recently for those internet points. You remember those dudes that went to jail for 3 years on TikTok because they were filming a stop the train prank where they just sit on the train tracks and hope the train stops in time before they get brutally fucking blasted by it? And then it actually did stop and they went to jail. We also recently saw that kid play the fake robbery prank on some strangers and he got shot and died for it. His last words were quite literally, "just a prank, bro." At least according to a few sources, that was an extremely sad one. So we've seen some crazy shit. People really will do anything for some internet fame. And today I want to talk about a pretty special case. It's someone that I'm sure you've heard of. I've talked about him before. A lot of people have. He's been a big name on YouTube for a while. His name's Nikado Avocado. If you're on Twitter, you've probably seen his asshole floating around pretty often. For some reason, it was a big trend in meme to just post Nikado Avocado's OnlyFans content all over Twitter. So I've seen his butthole more times than I've seen him doing his mukbangs. For those that don't know, Nikado Avocado is a mukbang YouTuber. It's primarily what he does. Mukbangs are when you just eat on camera, and that's about it. I'm not really here to get into the lore of Nikado Avocado. There's a ton of videos that do dive into it. I want to talk about what's going on recently with him. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take my swampy ass out of here for a second and let Nikado Avocado kind of take it away. This is from his most recent video. This is kind of what his content has become.
I wouldn't have become disabled if it weren't for you people who encouraged these videos. This is the $6, this is the $10. Ouch! My ribs! How many months are we gonna have to endure this pain? Alright, let's go for this. Ooh. This definitely looks cheesier. This one. And I'm allergic to this one too. Oh. But sometimes in life you just want what you can't have. I'm not allowed to have garlic. Or lots of onions. Or durian.
Now, to anyone that's familiar with this creator, you'll probably think that this is nothing special. This just looks like every other video he's ever made, just with less crying. You've probably even seen Nikado Avocado around other parts of the internet. If you don't even know who he is, you've probably seen some of his clips. He usually will eat something and then just start breaking down into tears and crying about something. He's notorious for constantly crying. So then why did I decide this video and these clips to show you? Well, as you can tell from the title of that video, he now claims to be a disabled person, which I'll get into in a minute, but I want to focus on what he said at the beginning, outside of making some of the most revolting noises I've heard in quite some time while undergoing some kind of exorcism. He said, "It's your fault for encouraging these videos." Now, he says shit like this pretty often, and it shows me that there's still some self-awareness deep within him somewhere, locked deep away. But that rational side of him he keeps buried, locked in a cage, and still does this content, even knowing better. Even knowing that it's a complete detriment to his overall health and well-being. He continues to do it while still having that small glimmer of self-awareness. He says it's your fault for encouraging it, and he's absolutely right. Nikado Avocado didn't start as this kind of channel. Even 4 years ago, 2017, so 4 years ago now, he was a very healthy person. He seemed to be pretty mentally, sound. He wasn't breaking down on camera all the time and going wild and crazy from what I remember. He was even extremely good at an instrument. I think it was the violin, if I remember correctly. He was a vegan. He was just preaching some really positive stuff. But then he started to notice that the videos that gained a lot of traction were videos where he was just fucking gluttonous and eating 1,000,000 calories per sitting. So he stuck with it. And now he has a couple of channels where he does this pretty much every day, and it's been like this for the last 4 or so years. This is what he used to look like in 2017, and then when the videos really started to gain traction, he gained over 200 pounds in the last couple of years. And it's absolutely true. It's the audience's fault for this. They created what Nikado Avocado has become. Obviously, it's not all their fault. He is making the conscious decisions to completely throw away his health and well-being, which has now led to his disability, which he claims to have. Again, Nikado Avocado is not the most reliable narrator. He makes a lot of shit up sometimes. So whether or not he actually now has a disability, it's anyone's guess. He claims to have 3 broken ribs, which is attributed to his incredible weight gain. Incredible being the wrong word, really just astonishingly upsetting weight gain that he's been putting on recently. He claims that the weight of his body has now broken a few of his ribs, which now has him bedridden. I think he also claimed to now have to have a full-time nurse in order for him to just engage in day-to-day activities. And he also has been diagnosed with sleep apnea, I believe, which is why you'll see on his most recent thumbnails, he has like that machine hooked up to his nose that makes him look like some kind of like cyborg from the future or something. It seems to really be going downhill quickly for him. People have been saying for the last couple of years that Nikado Avocado is literally killing himself for YouTube views, and it's absolutely true. He is slowly killing himself and documenting the journey the entire time while having an understanding of exactly what he's doing. He's well aware that he is throwing away his health, his well-being, his happiness, for the sake of some YouTube views because his audience continues to eat it up, much like he eats up a million fucking cheeseburgers every couple of days. For almost the last 4 years, almost every day, he has done mukbangs like this, where he's eating 6 pizzas, 8 pizzas. He'll get like fucking McDonald's and he'll order everything off the menu and then ask if they can just tilt the grill over to get a little extra grease in a cup for him to drink on camera. It has been an extremely sad thing to see. He's also been saying for a little while now that he's going to be losing some weight. His weight loss journey has begun, but what ends up happening is for every pound he loses, he gains 10 more. I didn't play much of the video here, but he even mentioned that. He even goes on to say after the "your fault" speech that he started his weight loss and he lost a pound but then gained 3 more because he wanted to please his audience with more videos or something like that. So it's just truly a pretty awful thing to see. As you probably noticed from the screenshot, the last 6 days he's posted a video each day talking about his disability and his new diet with it, and each one he has tons and tons of food from different places, and it's not clickbait. He really eats all of that food. Very rarely does he not finish his plate. He usually finishes it or gets very close to it. Almost nothing goes to waste. It goes right into Nikado Avocado's gut. And one thing you may have also noticed from that screenshot is his views are high, which is exactly why he does it. Yeah, most of them have more dislikes than likes, but even on the one I showed you, that's still like 4,000 likes, so there are 4,000 people dropping a fat like, leaving an encouraging comment, and he's usually peddling some merch, so the shirts you see him wear, he immediately pins in a comment for you to buy them, and I imagine he sells quite a few shirts. Even the people that get in there just to dislike, or just tune in to watch the train wreck, that's more views for him, that's more engagement, that helps him, and that keeps him on this wagon, keeps him going. So overall, it's just a really shitty cycle. And I tune in occasionally just to see if Nikado Avocado is making any strides in helping himself, because it seems like he really wants to sometimes, and then he goes right back into going to Chick-fil-A to literally eat fucking food off the floor like David Hasselhoff. Like, it's just really sad. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. He doesn't usually visit the restaurants. He just orders it and then eats it from either his bed or his own like table that he sets up for it. When he is out in public, though, he's usually on one of the mobility scooters, and he gets a little crazy out there, because a lot of what his content has become is him making really gross noises and shaking his head around while trying his best to like shake his whole body around to really let you know that he's gained a lot of weight, which I don't know, man. The whole thing is just weird and just sad, and that's all I wanted to talk about. This is just another one of those things where it's like, man, the links people go to for some internet fame, like, it's just upsetting to see. So, I mean, yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna speedrun YouTube drama today and just rip this shit off like a band-aid and get it over with quickly. This will be the last time I talk about Maximilian Muss. For those that don't know, I made a video about this degenerate parasite a month ago, going over all of the heinous and evil shit that he's done on the platform, as well as touching on the way he'd recruit people from his YouTube channel to go to his secret discords to do genuinely deplorable, awful, horrible things across the internet. And I only touched the tip of the iceberg, barely scratched the surface. I was up there at the fucking tip of the condom where the cum is held, that little cum pool receptacle on the condom. That's what I touched on with Maximilian Muss. I didn't even go into like the whole shaft and everything else. I gave a very rudimentary breakdown of some of the awful things Maximilian Muss has done. Max is a human pinworm, just an asshole shit-eating parasite. In response to the video I posted, he started losing a lot of subscribers and his fragile insecurities couldn't handle his number going down, so he deleted his channel and then put it back up today, hoping that enough people had forgotten the controversy so they'd stop unsubscribing to him en masse. Max has clearly tied a lot of his self-worth to the numbers on the screen and couldn't bear to see the numbers going down any longer, especially since it's entirely his own fault and it should take full responsibility for the actions that caused all of this in the first place, but he doesn't have that level of self-awareness. So when Max was seeing the numbers go down, he threw in the towel for a month, took a break, and today, just like a gopher, he decided to pop his curious little head out of his hole, and he saw a shadow and decided it's time for 2 more hours of YouTube drama. He posted this video saying that I slandered him and everything I was saying is a lie, with no proof, except for of course the things that are completely proven and even things that he openly admits to and proudly talks about, such as the time he told his community to harass the girlfriend of a YouTuber he didn't like once her father passed away. After her father passed away, he told his community to go spam homophobic and racist shit and insult her father and insult her and just harass her relentlessly during that moment. He proudly talks about it, saying he'd do it again. And of course, Max's micro penis gets semi-chubbed, thinking back on those glory days where he would put a small Twitch streamer's link in his Discord, ping everyone in his Discord, which was thousands, and had them go spam homophobic and racist shit on the person's channel just to ruin their day. And especially women, he would have them insult their appearance relentlessly and tell them to kill themselves. He talks about this, he's open about it, he doesn't try and hide that, but since I brought up some things that he does try and hide, well now all of a sudden we've got a problem and now I'm accused of slander and lying. So I want to get ahead of this and just do a full goatsy and just go fully in here and give you all of the information about Max that has also been shared with the proper authorities. In Max's response, he harps on 3 major things, the first being a screenshot I posted for a few seconds that he claims is a fake screenshot. Now, I'm not going to be here and get into the weeds of it and split hairs. It's entirely possible that is a fake screenshot. Screenshots are very easily faked, and I don't work for a fucking FBI's crime lab. I can't verify the authenticity. I can't go in there in the fucking blockchain and piece together the puzzle pieces and see if it's real. I can't say with certainty whether or not it's real. So if it is fake, then I should have done more to verify its authenticity, and I do apologize for that. But what I can say with certainty is there was very clearly a problem with how women were treated when in his community. After posting the video, I received no less than 50 to 100 emails from victims of Max and Max's community in the Discord. These were women that came forward all sharing very similar stories and talking about the horrible things that they would encounter in that Discord when they would try and speak. They were oftentimes goaded into sexually explicit conversations and often baited for nudes. They'd try and get like nudes out of them or some shit like that. They shared a lot of information and a lot of disturbing screenshots of conversations in the Discord, none of which I will be sharing here to protect their privacy, but again, those have all gone to the proper channels. So there's very clearly a problem with the way that Max and his community would treat women that were inside of the Discord. Now, if this screenshot is fake, again, I do apologize and I should have done more to make sure that I was sharing only the facts, the most accurate information. And this one is now questionable, so I shouldn't have put it in there. Moving on to the next part that Max likes to defend. This is a hill that he's trying very hard to die on. There was a part in my video where I talked about the time he made a mentally ill man eat his own shit on stream. He claims that he never threatened him into doing it, he only encouraged it. So basically, to break down the situation again, there was a man streaming, and I hadn't watched the entire stream start to finish because it was extremely hard to sit through, but I muscled through this time to get a better idea of where Max would be coming from in trying to defend this seemingly indefensible action of pure degeneracy. But I watched it, and Max is right. He never at any point said he was going to kill him if he didn't eat his own shit. Instead, all he did was use his mental illness against him and manipulate him into eating his own shit. You know, encouraging him, like, yeah, if you eat that shit, it's going to be great. You're really going to stick it to this guy. And he manipulated him into eating his own shit and used his mental illness to get it there. So the guy who actually ate his own shit reached out to me and gave his side of it, just kind of breaking it down very simply and concise, and he basically echoes what everyone could hear in the whole video. I was wrong to say he threatened him. He only manipulated him, which is, you know, that's a lot better. So congratulations, Max, you're taking steps in the right direction. You only manipulated a mentally ill man into eating his own shit. Wow, what a fucking saint. A real goddamn patriot, man. What a fucking angel. I guess the reason I got this story so confused is because Max made a habit out of threatening to kill people he didn't like online, or threatening to kill people who didn't do what he wanted them to do. For example, he tried to have members of his community go to a convention to kill Bluesdank. He was hoping to have Bluesdank murdered because he thought it would be enjoyable. When I posted my video talking about Max, he then started going to his Discord to try and recruit people to kill me. And he's also done the same for Weast, where he's been trying to get people to kill Weast. So I guess, unfortunately, I must have just, you know, jumbled all of these awful things together, Max, and assumed that you also threatened to kill him. But no, you only manipulated a mentally ill man. You didn't threaten to kill him. You just threatened to kill other people on the internet. That's my bad. I didn't mean to misrepresent you and slander you like that. So those are two things that he touches on and tries to defend, but that's not the biggest one. The biggest one is the claim that I made, the fucking bombshell, of how he responds to the child porn that was shared in his Discord. I made the claim that child porn was often shared in Max's Discord, which led to him taking them down multiple times. Now, this isn't every time his Discord was taken down. I never made the claim it was every single time his Discord was taken down. I didn't mean to imply that if that's how it came across, because he absolutely had his Discords taken down for harassment as well. He's probably had 10 or so taken down from just straight up harassment and degeneracy. But another reason, another contributing factor to him personally taking them down was the child porn. And I do stand by that claim because he himself used to admit to it. Now, the reason he fights this so hard is obvious, but also because he scrubbed the internet of all of the old recordings of him talking about it. There's no longer any of the old videos that would talk about his response to these things or how he handled it, because they are gone now. What does exist is some evidence that I still have compiled, and I'll share some of that. Now, in his response video, he of course has another guy fight his battles for him, and he calls all of this into question because I didn't fucking show the child porn. The guy makes it seem like the only way he'd believe the accusations is if I just fucking played child porn in my video to prove that it was Max's child porn. Like, what? Like, how fucking dumb do you have to be to demand to see the child porn? It's a crime. You can't fucking do that. What I can do is show you how he'd respond to the child porn that was shown in there and prove to you that it existed, which I will do. I'm not gonna fucking show child porn, you goddamn troglodyte idiots. These fucking dummies were saying, well, Charlie didn't broadcast CP on YouTube, thus this can't possibly be a true story. Like, you have to have negative fucking brain. Like, you have to have stupid brain to think that that's the only way to prove the existence of these things. It's crazy. So let's go ahead and really dive in. First, let me show you how it got to this point. Why was child porn shared on Maximilian's Discord? Why were pedophiles encouraged to join? Well, because Max was pretty open with these kind of things. Like, here's a clip from one of his old Fortnite videos.
Boy?
Are you a pedophile?
Of course.
Me too, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. I met a pedophile friend. Yeah.
There's probably like 2 other kids on our team.
I was gonna say let's molest them, but then my video would get age restricted. And yeah, I'm recording a video. I have 200 subs. Say hello to YouTube. Bro.
Hello, YouTube. Fuck little boys in their butt.
What?
Yo, the doors, boys. Let's go. Taking home.
People are gonna watch this in the future. I'm live streaming for the future, man. Guys, when I say I have sex with the children, it's a joke. Wink, wink.
Of course. Wink, wink. Many winks. Where'd you guys land?
Max used to, and still currently does, joke about being a pedophile, and like I said in the initial video, used to write off the sharing of child porn in his servers as a joke with his community, and that it wasn't a big deal. He, again, has scrubbed the audio that used to prove those things, because he must at some point have realized that you can't just fucking say that. But there is still some screenshots which I'll share with you. But let's just go ahead and ease on in there. Let's just start by dunking our tippy toes here into the cesspool of Maximilian Must. Let's just go ahead and dip one toe into this fucking septic tank. This is, of course, the classic screenshot from a month ago. This is like a beautiful painting from Max here. This is like a Van Gogh. This shit's like in the anime when the villain really wants to be caught, so they just keep throwing clues out there until they eventually get caught. This is a month ago. So he's clearly still making these pedophile remarks and joking about being a pedophile and shit like that. So it's not like he's changed much since his 2018 video I just showed you a clip of. He's still very clearly encouraging this kind of shit. So he still does make these jokes, he still makes it seem like pedophiles and all that shit is welcome in his community. So it's no surprise to see that these kind of like-minded people would flock to it. Yes, of course you can clearly tell he's making some kind of effort to make a joke, but it clearly isn't a good joke if you're getting real pedophiles that are sharing child porn in your server now, is it, Max? So, like I said, he used to defend the sharing of child porn in his servers as a joke, and I'll go ahead and show a few screenshots of that. But first, let me prove to you that it used to be shared. Mudahar, who's a man I trust dearly in situations like this, who has worked in cybersecurity for fucking years, it is his fucking profession. If anyone can verify the authenticity of something this heinous, it would be Mudahar. And Mudahar sent this message to confirm it's real, and this has of course been forwarded to proper authorities as well. And if that's still not enough, if you don't want to take Mudahar's word for it, on the day I posted my video talking about this absolute fucking disgusting homunculus Max, on that day, his Discord mobilized to weaponize heinous content involving minors. They started sending that shit to people in my Discord, which, really fucking low shit. And of course, Max stepped up to say, hey, wait a minute, you can't be sharing that kind of child porn, that's not good. And Max, being the hero he is, said this. Wow, just look at how noble this guy is. You know, fuck firefighters, those aren't real heroes. Max is a real hero. Look at the way he puts his foot down here. Yeah, really stepping up to stop this one, Max. And now I'm gonna take you back to the past to look at a YouTuber who sucks ass. It's Max. So, this is from 2018. This is a message Max posted in the Discord. Now, I know many people can easily say, Charlie, this could not be his account. This could be somebody impersonating Max. There's no way to prove this is his account. There's no way. This is clearly someone just impersonating him. Only that you can prove it's his account. For the first screenshot, I was actually in the fucking Discord when he made the message, and he was the fucking host of the Discord, so I know that one was Max. This one, I can tell you it's Max because someone actually recorded the entire fucking Discord before it got nuked, where this right here, this account, was the fucking host of this goddamn Discord as well. Thus, Max's Discord. So I'll show that video real quick. Now for the skeptics out there, the people still believing in reptilians and flat earth, this may not be enough to convince you of everything I and many others have said about Max, but unfortunately this is all I have to show you. There's some other things that I can't share with you that have just gone right to authorities. A lot of former friends of Max have come forward and told me a lot of the awful things that they would do together with Max, feeling regretful, which is good, and I appreciate the bravery that it must have taken to admit to some of the shit that they put others through on the internet. So hopefully they learn from this experience with the Maximilian Musk cult. It's really very sad stuff, and I'm sorry if this still wasn't enough to convince you of the claims, but this is all I can really do. The reason Max defends this so vehemently is because he has done a great job of trying to scrub all of this information from the internet. Back in 2018 or 2019, I could recall a few videos that had him talking about it, but I cannot find those anymore, unfortunately, but this is what I have that still remains. At the end of Max's response video today, he had a real heartfelt message that absolutely tugged on the sensitive cock of anyone that would watch. This could make a grown man cry. Just look what he says here. Most of the things I'm being attacked for happened in 2018 and 2019. In 2020, I decided that I want to be a better person in general. Just less reckless and be a generally better influence on people, and I believe I've become a lot better. Nope. Are you fucking serious? Bro, this shit was a month ago. You were doing this shit a month ago, and then you still kept doing it. And even before a month ago, you had swatted Weast. That was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You just out of nowhere doxed Weast again, and then had your community swat him. Here's an audio clip of some of your friends in a Discord recollecting on the war they fought against the guy who didn't even know they fucking existed, celebrating the SWAT that you led. What the fuck are you talking about? You never changed, Max. You never tried to change. You are just a born fucking loser. You were born to be pathetic, it seems. Like, you have no ability to not be a scumbag.
They called the docs, what was the guy's name?
YouTube
Weast?
300K. I think his name is
Weast.
Weast, yeah, some 300K guy.
Some fucking commie faggot YouTuber.
I love this one. Cock.
Anyways, keep going.
And then, who was it? Something Fantana? What was his name?
No, but what did they do to Weast? Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, tell me.
Pretend to be a fucking veteran who's like, got his like wife in the closet or some shit. Like, like suicidally violent and everything.
God,
Trying to get the
police showed
SWAT to come to his house.
Oh. Well.
Genuinely have no idea what you're talking about with this pity party you're trying to throw about being a better person. If you really tried, you failed instantly. Like, it wasn't even close. There seems to have been no attempt to be a better person. Again, all the shit that started this happened a month ago, Max. That was the whole reason I even went back through your past, is because you were doing this horrible shit, having your community raid streamers, spamming homophobic and racist shit a month ago. And this SWAT was a couple months ago. You have not improved. You haven't come close. You haven't tried. You are still an absolute fucking scumbag. And I don't know why you're trying to even defend these awful fucking things you've done. They are indefensible. I don't know how people would even try and defend you. The guy whose video that you lifted in your own video, I feel like he is not on your side. He called you shitty multiple times. The only thing he didn't like is that I didn't share child porn to prove your guiltiness. I don't know what exactly he was going on with there, but hopefully what I've shown here is enough to convince even him. Because I feel like there's no way that you can possibly defend these things that you have done. And this is all your fault, by the way, Max. I'm not doing anything to you. I am just bringing what you have done to people's attention. People don't want to support someone like you, Max, that has done these things. People in your own community didn't feel safe, and they reached out to me to tell me some of the shit that you've done. Your close friends were reaching out to me to shit on you, Max, because of the things you've put them through, made them do, and the things that you told them and did together. Like, there is a very big problem with you, Max, and what you've done with the community you've built. And I don't know how you even managed it for this long, because this shit is heinous. It's fucking disgusting stuff. So anyway, that's about it. See ya. I'm going to do something very brave right now, so be ready to stand up and give me a round of applause for this. This is going to take a lot of courage, and I just think it's something that needs to be said, and you know what? I'm not sorry. I don't like animal abusers. I said it. It's out there. I said it. I fucking hate animal abusers. I also don't like rapists. Rapists are bad too. I fucking hate that as well. Pedophiles, also terrible. Child abusers, also fucking terrible. And what do all these things have in common besides all of them being evil, deplorable pieces of shit? Well, there's a lot of YouTubers that fit into these categories. That's another thing they share. Today we're going to be focusing on animal abusing YouTubers. More specifically, the ones that murder cats, which has apparently become a pretty trendy thing. Now, when I say these YouTubers murder cats, I don't mean it in like the Reddit detective thing where you post a goofy video of a cat doing a dance or something and someone in the comments tells you why that cat's about to die and why the owner's actually killing it. I'm talking about there are YouTubers that film themselves murdering and torturing cats for their content. This first one I believe you've probably heard of a couple years ago because it was kind of big news. The channel's called Pollution Entertainment. I believe it was run by a 15-year-old Spanish-speaking YouTuber who filmed multiple videos where he was beating, kicking, pulling, throwing his cat against the wall until he eventually killed it on camera. He then adopted some kittens which he flushed down a toilet trying to drown them and beat them as well, and it became kind of a big deal, at least in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. And I knew about this, but I was under the impression that action was taken. Last I heard, authorities were involved and his channel had been deleted. It wasn't until today where I found out that not only is his channel still fucking up where he is actively uploading videos, but he's also inspired a trend among Spanish-speaking YouTubers where they go out and beat and kill cats in his honor. For some fucking reason, this deranged loser has become some hero to animal abusers online. And yes, I understand that he's still like 17 or something and he did these when he was 15. That's no fucking excuse. When I was 15, I was still learning how my penis worked, but I could rationalize that killing your pet is probably not a good thing. There's never an excuse for injuring your pet, killing your pet. It's not some, oh, he's just a kid making mistakes, he needs to learn, take it easy on him. No, that's bullshit. The number one sign of fucking psychopath serial killers is abusing animals at a young age. There's nothing good a person like this can ever contribute in their life. I don't give a fuck if they're 15. They should be locked away for a long, long time for that kind of shit. And the fact that this revolting hemorrhoid even still has a YouTube channel is sickening, and YouTube should be ashamed of themselves. It's not like they don't know about his channel. This was a huge deal in 2018. It was picked up by major news outlets. Every big Spanish-speaking YouTuber was talking on it. There's a channel called Oren Plays, I believe that's how you say it. 24.5 million subs brought this to light, calling for action against his channel from YouTube. And you know what YouTube did? Put fingers up their ass and called it a day. The channel is apparently still fucking up and flourishing. I just don't understand why they're hesitant to delete it. It's like they're endorsing the animal abuse. They're allowing this kid to continue to be this lightning rod to inspire other cat killers on YouTube. I just don't get their fucking reluctance. They've shown that they're willing to go gung-ho, nuts to butts, and take down channels at the drop of a hat regardless of their size. They just removed Leafy is Here's channel because he made too many Pokimane videos. Meanwhile, this putrid asshole made multiple videos murdering his cats on video, and YouTube just, wipes their hands up. It's, nothing we can do about it. This is beyond us. Our hands are tied here, boys. Can't help, can't do anything. I have absolutely no sympathy, respect, or forgiveness for anyone that abuses their pets. If I was in a room and someone was threatening to beat up an animal abuser or threatening to light a single Yu-Gi-Oh common card on fire, and I could only save one, I would save the Yu-Gi-Oh card and then go throw punches at the animal abuser. I absolutely fucking despise people that abuse their pets, and I always will. Like I said, this isn't exclusive to just Pollution's channel. He has inspired an entire community to go out and murder cats or murder their own pets on camera for their YouTube content. I'm not going to show a lot of it. It's a whole rabbit hole, and I can't even find the original channel for a lot of these since it's all just getting re-uploaded to a bunch of different places. But I did find one that kind of has a lot of social media around killing their pets. And I'm not going to show you the thumbnails or anything because it is just brutally murdered, bloodied cats that they've killed. It is sickening stuff, and the titles are always like, if you don't subscribe and share my videos, I'll keep killing these animals, and pollution is my god. It is disturbing, and I highly recommend you don't go out of your way to watch them. But I think it's important that you see what's come from YouTube's inaction from not banning pollution off their website. This lack of action has had a huge consequence. This right here is the channel. It's full of disturbing videos that I cannot believe are somehow still on the platform. Here are a few of the videos of them just killing animals. The most recent one as of 4 hours ago is them hitting their dog with a baseball bat hard enough to make it squeal and scream, but not enough to kill it, but they're threatening to kill it in future videos. It is absolutely mind-boggling that this shit is somehow still on the platform. These videos are actually just cats that they have killed, and then a threat to a dog. Those are the most recent ones. The whole channel is, again, a tribute to pollution. They're doing this because they loved pollution, and the inexplicable decision from YouTube to somehow allow that channel to exist has had this kind of shit spring up as a result of it, and I couldn't be more fucking upset about it. I understand there's always going to be gross shit stains that abuse their pets, but in this case I think a lot of the blame falls on YouTube for allowing it to snowball like this and making it almost a trend. Their decision to not ban pollution showed other sick people that it's okay on YouTube to kill your cats as a way of gaining subscribers, because Pollution's channel gained a lot of subs when he did all that shit. It actually fucking did. And so a lot of other people are now emulating that, trying to do the same thing he did. And since he's still on the platform, they think it's okay. That is entirely YouTube's fault, even though all of what he did is a clear violation of their terms and service, a literal fucking crime, and they still, for some reason, didn't ban his accounts. Even after millions of reports, and I mean millions of reports on his channel, from all of the big Spanish-speaking YouTubers, everyone that heard about this story through mainstream media, and still, for some fucking reason, his channel, like a cockroach, continues to exist. It is baffling, and now there is an entire trend going around killing cats for no fucking reason other than YouTube videos. It is disgusting, and I actually can't believe that this is still going on. I had no idea his channel still existed. I just assumed that obviously YouTube would have removed it since it was such a big deal, but I guess not. I guess I really just don't understand what their priorities are. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this to light again. Hopefully there will be some fucking action taken about, murdering animals on YouTube at some point. Hopefully we can, go ahead and close the book on that and be like, yeah, there was a time where YouTube allowed it, but luckily they've stepped up and now will not allow people to murder animals and post videos of it on their platform. Hopefully we can reach that point, but for now, I guess fucking not. That's about it. See ya. Minecraft Twitter, what's up with that, huh? Wacky, goofy shit going on there. This is probably the millionth video talking about Minecraft stands on YouTube, but I wanted to kind of talk about something that just happened that's kind of got my ass greased up a little bit. I'll just break it all down for you, give you the full lore update, although I'm sure most of you know. On Twitter, one of the biggest, most toxic communities is the Minecraft stan community, with people that are extremely obsessed with Minecraft content creators on the internet. And this community eats itself alive. This shit is actual cannibalism. If you see a Minecraft stan on Twitter, just assume that they've tasted human flesh before. They're like little piranhas or catfish, just constantly eating shit for no reason. They just go out of their way to make themselves as miserable as possible and find things to be upset about. And it's usually the things they love the most. They absolutely murder the content creators that they're obsessed with. If anything goes even slightly awry with the perfect image they have of their Minecraft YouTuber, they lose their fucking mind about it and go on absolute Twitter rampages and trend everything about it. So recently this happened with Tommy Innit. Tommy Innit, very popular Minecraft player. He's a 17-year-old kid. And these bloodthirsty warriors on Twitter recently blasted him multiple times over the course of a couple days, and then he finally made an announcement saying that it's just been too much for his mental health and he's having to go to therapy now and doesn't really want to engage online anymore, which is pretty extreme considering he's a 17-year-old kid. So they successfully bullied a child for nothing. With backlash like this, you would have expected it to be something extreme that caused it, like a video of Tommy slitting the throat of a puppy, or Tommy doing something crazy like saying he doesn't like BTS music. But it wasn't anything like that. He got all of this shit happening to him for a very lighthearted joke, which we'll get to in a minute. But I want to explain, he's not just going to like up and quit the internet as far as I know. It's just mainly targeted towards Twitter. He no longer wants to be there, which is completely understandable. Twitter is the most miserable place on the planet. It'd be more fun to live in an active war zone than it would be to spend an hour on Twitter. Truly vile garbage with absolute trash people on that platform. And I want to explain one more time just how ridiculous the Minecraft stans can be. There's entire pages dedicated to just keeping track of what Minecraft YouTubers are listening to on Spotify at all hours of the day. So when it gets to a song they like, they can make 50 tweets about how excited they are that their favorite Minecraft YouTuber is listening to it. It's extremely unhealthy. And then they'll turn around and go from this, the worship, to absolute hatred and vilifying them and calling their favorite Minecrafter a demon and a Satanist, a racist, a homophobe, all kinds of truly deplorable titles that they'll just immediately snap onto them. Just absolutely wild stuff. Is extremely sad to see. One of the saddest things though in particular, and this doesn't really have anything to do with the current situation, for a while there was a trend among Tommy Innit stans and Tubbo stans to sexualize both of them and make them have like romantic fanfic together, despite both of them being underage. So it's really bad stuff that has come from these stans. Of course, not all of them are like this, nor are they all horrible people or anything like that. I'm not trying to make just a pure generalization, but it has led to so many horrible things for the content creators and really Twitter as a whole. Pretty much anytime anything happens with a Minecrafter, it trends #1, blocking out actual important things in the world. So it really is truly just an overall detriment to have this level of celebrity worship be commonplace and normalized on Twitter. I really think parents need to do a better job of raising their children and monitor their online activities, because what's happening is these YouTubers are unintentionally raising a whole generation of kids. And if it's not the YouTubers doing it, it's the children in the fandom raising other children on Twitter to join the fandom like a fucking cult. It's like Lord of the Flies shit with children raising each other, which is why you're having things like this happen. So let's get to the Tommy Innit situation that brought all this up. And it really wasn't just like one thing in particular, but it really started when Tommy made a joke about Jay Schlatt. The tweet's been deleted and I actually can't find a screenshot of it, but basically he replied to a tweet saying like, Jay Schlatt's a bad guy, mockingly. And then the Minecraft stans got really upset about this, so they trended something called Tommy Neg, meaning Tommy negative, so it was just them shitting all over Tommy to make it trend, so you could just see nothing but shit on Tommy, because they didn't like that he was making light about Jay Schlatt. Jay Schlatt is apparently a very problematic figure in the Minecraft community. I don't know what the fuck he did, but it sounds like he must have beat up everyone's dad and then fucked all of their moms in that community. They hate him. They have labeled him every awful thing that you can possibly think of, from a racist to a homophobe to a Nazi to a transphobe. all of it has been slapped onto Jay Schlatt. I have no idea what the fuck went on there, but then the community got riled up and they were trying to cancel Tommy because of his friendship with Jay Schlatt. Basically, what stans want is complete control over their favorite Minecraft creator. They want to treat him like a fucking doll or an action figure that they can move around and do what they want. Like, they're the puppeteers and they're the marionette dancing on the strings for him. So they wanted him to end his friendship. They were talking about how hurt they were by Tommy. I swear to God, if they found out Tommy's mom made an offensive joke in the late 80s, they would demand Tommy kill her in order to earn their forgiveness. It is wild how much control they want over the Minecraft content creators. I honestly don't know how more of them haven't snapped at the stans and how some of them even encourage the behavior. They get eaten alive by it. They're literally encouraging a swarm of locusts that peel their fucking flesh off at the drop of a hat over nothing. I don't know why it isn't taking a firmer stance. I understand there's not a whole lot of things you can do, and I know a lot of them do try and be responsible with the stans and like the power of it and try and point out bad behavior. But I think just a blanket statement, just completely fucking stop stanning, you know, just block every stan or something, like, I don't know. But it's only with Minecraft. Mr. Beast is 3 times the size of even the biggest Minecraft player, and he has none of this shit. Mr. Beast community is like the nicest on the internet. They're constantly uplifting each other, aside from the people that try and scam, but I mean, that's always going to happen. I mean, especially nowadays with like NFTs and shit, you can't do too much about that. But Mr. Beast community is significantly larger than any Minecraft community, and you don't see any of this from them, so there's clearly a way of doing it. It's just, I can tell you the way they're currently going about it, which is like encouraging it and like nodding at it, like, hey, maybe trend this on Twitter, is the wrong way of doing it. Because then you'll have shit like this happen, where a good guy like Tommy gets fucked in the ass by the community. It's crazy. But again, I'm getting sidetracked. This is actually a pretty passionate topic for me because it's so unhealthy both for the Minecraft player and the people that obsess over him. It's not good for any of the parties involved here at all. They're both constantly like a parasitic relationship and constantly miserable because of it. But anyway, so after this whole Twitter debacle with the Jay Schlatt joke, Tommy had a stream, and in the stream the chat went nuts. In the stream he asked the community to educate him on some things and just shed some light on some topics he wanted more information about. The chat was constantly calling him homophobic, questioning why he wasn't more politically active, as if that's his responsibility to be a fucking political activist for you. He's a Minecraft player. He doesn't need to, you know, also go with your exact ideals on how things should be in the world. Tommy has done everything he can to go out of his way to be as inclusive as possible to everyone from every community. I think he's an actual really good guy. And to be completely shit on, even though he's done so much for so many people, is just absolutely repugnant. The chat from some of the shit I've seen was awful. And during the stream, that's when he mentioned that the bullying on Twitter has just gotten too bad and he's getting therapy now as a way of coping with it and getting over it to try and be a happier person in light of all of this shit. And to no one's surprise, Twitter didn't lay off the gas. In fact, they used this against him, mocking him for getting therapy. Some of them even saying he has no right to get therapy. He's not a victim. The people he hurt with his friendship are the victims, and the jokes that he's made, those are the victims, not Tommy, so he doesn't deserve therapy. I wish I could find some of these tweets that I was reading, but unfortunately a lot of these cowards deleted them now after more people became aware of this awful situation they created. But it is really some of the worst things you can imagine from a community that's supposed to be all positive and all about educating Tommy on how to be a better person when they themselves are horrible people. Horrible people, the things I was reading. And then the weirdest thing is, like, I'll click on some of these and then I'll read some of their tweets and it's absolutely awful. It's just hateful. Like, on this one in particular, there's this tweet. I don't know if this is a joke or not, but even if it is, then you're an absolute hypocrite because you're mad at Tommy for jokes that are insensitive, and then you'll say something like this, and that's okay. You even use a homophobic slur, and apparently that's okay for you to do. Like, I don't get it. It's like these Minecraft police officers, professional Twitter warriors, are actually not that great of people themselves. As always, don't go harass anyone in the video or anyone that participated in any of this. Don't do that shit. That makes you just as bad, if not worse, than the people that actually participated, so just fucking don't. And this isn't the only account like this. This isn't the most popular tweet, obviously, from all of that. In fact, this one, I think, only ever got up to like 2K likes before it was deleted, or if it even got deleted. I just can't find it now. All I could find was this old screenshot of it. But there were multiple accounts where you'd click on it and you'd see some truly awful vitriol where they were just spewing some genuine hateful shit. The things that they were saying they didn't like, you know, trying to spread positivity, and then you go on their actual Twitter and it's nothing but hate and negativity. Just all around, this shit made me really mad today. Like I said, I think Tommy's a good kid. I think he had a lot of success at a very young age, and I don't think he let it get to him. Like, I feel like he's not going to become a douchebag or anything, even though he's already a multi-millionaire with a following of, like, tens of millions of people constantly worshiping him. He's still able to stay level-headed. And he recognizes that Twitter's a horrible fucking place, and they bullied him off of it, and now are mad that he's off of it. So when he left Twitter, or at least said that he wasn't going to be as active on it, Twitter fucking attacked him for that, immediately proving why he didn't want to be there anymore. Like, it's a community of people that just love to hate, and that's all they like to do. It's people that always want a constant enemy, a villain to attack. And for some reason, they choose their heroes to do it to. It makes no sense to me. This happens to Dream once a week at least. And it's happened to other Minecraft players as well. It's just crazy to me. And it's really upsetting to see it, to be honest. I think there needs to be like an age limit on Twitter, man. Like, you shouldn't be allowed on Twitter if you're under the age of 18. Because it is just not healthy for anybody letting kids on that platform. It is just fucking not. It's bad for everyone's mental health. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about this whole thing because this one just fucking blew me away. And that's about it. So yeah. I don't know what's happened to the YouTube ecosystem, but there are some villains that have infiltrated deep into the mainframe, spreading an infection. It's pure pandemonium and chaos. And I don't mean like genius villains, like we're not talking Light Yagami here. We're talking bumbling moron villains like a Saturday morning cartoon character from Fairly Odd Parents, someone Timmy Turner would do battle with. Like, I'm talking about these narcissistic YouTubers that for some reason are so trigger happy with strikes all of a sudden that it's completely thrown off the balance of the entire website, and I think YouTube themselves need to take action to put the kibosh on fraudulent strikes. It's just so out of hand. Like a week ago, I made a video talking about how Tech Lead continues to be a pathetic worm that's just squirming around issuing false strikes to anyone that hurts his feelings. Luckily, those are now being unsuccessful because YouTube has stepped in and automatically been smiting that dog shit. In the same video, I talked about the connoisseur of cringe getting off of his throne to issue a fraudulent strike to a YouTuber that made fun of him, copyright striking him over 13 seconds of his clip being played in the commentary YouTuber's jokes. I've actually got a fresh little update for you right out of the oven here, brand spanking new. It involves, once again, the sensitive cyborg, The Manny Show. The Manny Show acts like he's a vampire and jokes are the garlic, or better yet, the wooden stake being driven into their heart. It's unbelievable just how much The Manny Show hates people having an opinion of them. Like, any criticism. Previously, the channel he struck, Penguinz0, had over 600,000 subs, a large channel. The channel that they just now tried to strike is a channel that had 27,000 subs at the time of the strike, and is a 16-year-old.
I had gotten warnings that The Manny Show was copyright striking videos criticizing him, but I didn't think he would notice my channel. I mean, he has 12 million subs and is 23 years old. I'm a minor, 16 with 20,000 subs. Surely he wouldn't do that to me, but he did. I received an email that The Manny Show, yes, his full name was on it, which I won't show out of the respect for his privacy, but yeah, that he had reported me.
Now, fortunately, YouTube, once again, actually automatically declined this dogshit request. If you look at the request there, The Manny Show tried to issue a strike based on 8 seconds of their video being used on this YouTuber's channel. So, tried once again to strike this channel, but YouTube said enough is enough, no more fishy business, and they decided not to do that, which is very nice. So that makes me believe that they're aware that The Manny Show is a bad actor who abuses the strike system on the platform. So hopefully YouTube will take action against not only the Manny Show, but TechLead as well, since these are two notorious examples of blatantly abusing this system, which is a legal system, by the way. Like, what they're doing, you can't really do. You're not really allowed to do that. So, hopefully the Manny Show will face just punishment for that as well as TechLead, but there is now a new YouTuber who has entered into this equation here. We got the big three: the Manny Show, TechLead, and SSSniperWolf. Yep, she took her lack of talent right to the YouTube headquarters here to strike a channel because it hurt her feelings. So the channel that received the strike is One Giant Onion. This is actually a very big channel, and what the video was One Giant Onion did a watching SSSniperWolf's content until I laugh challenge, and it was like a 3-hour video, and the joke was she doesn't make him laugh, so it was a long video going through her content and reacting to it. Now, technically, you could argue One Giant Onion was in the wrong because he took 3 hours worth of her content and didn't transform it. He just sat there, not giving a ton of input and definitely not laughing at it, because that was the joke. SSniperWolf doesn't make anyone laugh, thus this was a 3-hour video with no one having any fun. However, SSniperWolf doesn't own her own content either. She steals it. She doesn't have the right to that content that she's reacting to in the first place, thus she shouldn't be able to strike One Giant Onion for reacting to that content. Like, she owns her reactions, but that's like 5% of that 3-hour video because she doesn't add fucking anything to the videos that she posts. It's just the uninterrupted content that she steals from others. She is literally a content thief. Jax Films has a whole series breaking that down. I don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of it, but she just copyright struck One Giant Onion for content she herself doesn't even actually own.
Today I logged onto my YouTube account to change the thumbnail of one of my videos, and I was met with something very shocking. I actually have received a strike on my channel. Now at first I was really confused because I haven't done anything wrong. Honestly, when I first received this news, I thought maybe I got struck for one of my older, edgier videos, but upon further inspection, it turns out that I actually received a copyright strike from SSniperWolf. She took down one of my videos called Watching SSniperWolf Until I Laugh. Now this was a 3-hour long video where I watched most of SSniperWolf's content, and the premise was she's not funny, so I'm just gonna like stay there and not laugh pretty much.
Her content would not fit under a transformative argument under any circumstances. Fucking Saul Goodman wouldn't be able to make that argument in court on her behalf, because usually she just plays the entire TikTok that she's reacting to with no input and then maybe afterwards says, geez, zoinks! Can you believe that? That's it. That's not transformative work, and it's just taking everyone else's content that she showcases. And she historically hasn't given credit. She doesn't compensate the creators whose work she takes. And then she has the chutzpah to strike One Giant Onion for reacting to her content. It's craziness. That is the epitome of hypocrisy.
I have said dozens of times that I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have this channel, and I seriously mean that. This is my only source of income, and this is my dream job, and I love it, and the community I have here is literally the only thing I have. And I just want to keep making videos on here that people enjoy watching, but right now my literal job is being threatened by SSniperWolf of all people.
He's not exaggerating when he says that his job, like his whole livelihood, is being threatened by SSniperWolf in this strike. A strike is a huge deal. Like, it cannot be understated just how serious a strike is on a YouTube channel. And being able to make a living off of the internet content that you create is actually a dream job for the majority of people in the world. And as I've said hundreds of times, it boils down to getting lucky most of the time. It's like winning the fucking lottery, having some kind of successful online career that you can support yourself with. So when you get a strike that threatens that, that's obviously extremely scary, especially when you're someone like One Giant Onion who really didn't do anything wrong. SSniperWolf should not have copyright struck him for reacting to her content, which isn't even really her content in the first place. And SSniperWolf has been on the platform for so long now, she knows just how special it is to be a content creator and how much a strike hurts that. Like, the kind of toll that takes. And yet she still went through with that. That is so fucking sad. That is heartless. It is heartless. It's not like she's some kind of corporate suit that doesn't really understand the YouTube ecosystem. She's been here for so long, she knows that a strike is like punching someone right in the fucking teeth. Like, it is brutal. and she still went through with it because his video hurt her feelings, I suppose. Yes, reacting to 3 hours worth of her content was probably not the best idea, but it should have never resulted in a strike to his channel because she is literally doing what he does, but broken up over the course of years and like 6 videos a week doing it, as opposed to 1 3-hour video on content she doesn't even own, thus shouldn't even have the right to copyright strike on behalf of. It's so fucking hypocritical. It's crazy to me how all of a sudden a bunch of YouTubers are starting to blatantly abuse the copyright system. Just in broad daylight now. They're getting so emboldened because YouTube hasn't taken any of them to court over the abuse of their system. I really hope YouTube does step up and actually do something to punish them in a big way for this, because this can't be allowed to continue. It's ridiculous. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit, and that's it. So yeah. Often during streams I'm asked who I think the worst YouTuber on the site is, and typically I'll default to saying Rice Gum because he's a massive insufferable douchebag and his content is about as much fun to watch as watching your grandfather bare ass sit onto a cactus while he has a hemorrhoid. But objectively speaking, I don't think he's the worst YouTuber on the site. He's certainly still my least favorite, but I think I found the worst YouTuber that this site has to offer, so let's go ahead and dive in. This channel's name is NNA Productions, and it's so generic it makes Nickelback look like rock and roll pioneers. This channel is a scientific anomaly that challenges our very understanding of the basic particles of the universe. Now, he makes the same video every time. Every video is exactly the same, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration like, oh, he pumps out the same type of content. He makes the exact same video every single time, just with one detail changed. He says the exact same things verbatim in every single video, regardless of what the video's title is. He does the exact same things. It's all so incredibly formulaic, and nothing changes from video to video, except the very end where he changes the scare. It's exactly like those children channels that spit out, just fucking vomit out the Finger Family videos hourly where they change one thing about it, like maybe one visual on the screen and then upload it. His channel is that, but for generic shitty clickbait and trends.
If I spin this fidget spinner on this mini mouse, or just on this mini mouse for 5 seconds, you guys have to smash the like button. Dear guys, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the shocking plot twist here. He does manage to successfully spin that fidget spinner for more than 5 seconds, so now you're contractually obligated to smash that motherfucking like button for him. Now I know what you're thinking, this must have been made in 2017. Well, it wasn't. This was uploaded today, July 30th, 2018. Now let's go ahead and watch the intro to a video uploaded a few months ago where he did the same thing with Thanos. Don't FaceTime Thanos at 3 AM. And in this kid's defense, that's probably just generally good advice. You don't want to be FaceTiming Josh Brolin at 3 AM. He'll have you spitting teeth out of your dick hole.
If I spin this fidget spinner on this Thanos ring for 5 seconds, you guys have to smash the like button.
And that right there is how he starts every single video he's ever made. It's an amazing circus stunt that he's able to perform here. I have no doubt that this talented fidget spinning man will soon be one of the headliners in Las Vegas for this act of his. But now the question on no one's mind, where does he go from here? Let's find out.
Boom, now guys have to smash the like button.
Wanna join my free gift cards giveaway? Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and turn notifications on. And finally, tell me on the comment section that you subscribe.
Bingo, bango, bongo. I bet you didn't expect this video to go from super shitty and uncomfortable to watch to actual scam. It's a literal crime. You're not allowed to host fake giveaways. It's an actual felony to do that. So what he's doing is breaking the law because there's no winners for these giveaways. It's not just a trivial YouTube rule he's breaking here, akin to running down the hallway without your hall pass to take a tinkle in the urinals and the hall monitor catches you and says, hey, that's not good. It's a literal law, an actual felony to host a fake giveaway. So he's breaking a law, and he is also breaking a YouTube rule, but for some reason, he's done this in every single video, and he has still not had his channel taken down yet. But the most disgusting part about this scam is the way he delivers it, too. He makes it as creepy as possible, like it was some type of found footage shit in a snuff film or some dark web shit that you accidentally stumble upon and it keeps you awake at night. He gets right up into the mic, and he whispers it. If you want to join my gift card giveaway, send me pictures of you flexing your asshole.
Brand brand new video, another day, another banger. Guys, on today's video we have a really insane video, alright? Minnie Mouse is like the girl version of Mickey Mouse, alright guys? It is like so creepy. For those who don't know who's Minnie Mouse, I'll put the picture right over here, guys. Look at this. So this is Minnie Mouse, alright guys? It's the girl version of Mickey Mouse, alright guys? I know everyone knows who's Mickey Mouse, and I think everyone knows who's Minnie Mouse, the girl version of Mickey Mouse, alright?
Oh, shit, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that one there. Who exactly is Minnie Mouse? He only said it 6 times there to pad for time in the 10-minute video. Might have to rewind so I can catch it again. He just really let that one slide under there. I didn't know who Minnie Mouse was, and now I may never know because I didn't get to catch him the first 100 fucking times he says it.
That's what happens, guys, alright? But before this video starts, you guys know what to do. Boom, go follow me on both of my social medias, guys. It is all on screen right now. So follow me on there for a chance to get a shout out every video, guys, like this.
Alright guys, this is how to get an Instagram shout out, alright guys? So first make sure to follow me on my Instagram.
The first 3 minutes of every single one of his videos is basically just an advertisement for all of his social media and scams. And he makes them so incredibly creepy. For some reason, he records like the footage of the Instagram and Snapchat shit and the giveaway scams as if he's locked in a basement held at gunpoint to read the script, and he's given like a really shitty walkie-talkie to read it into. It just sounds disgusting, as if I'm listening to someone fart underwater while also a tornado is hitting above the water, so you can hear that in the background too as ambient noise. It's just fucking insulting to hear it on my ears, and it's just downright uncomfortable.
51 comments. Yo, you guys are so insane. And then I just went in the comment section and I'm just going to shout out you guys, alright? So make sure to comment more for a more chance to get a shout out, alright? So now I'm just gonna scroll down. If you guys see your name, just screenshot it. Eshkere.
I'm gonna save you the misery of sitting through this because it is 1 minute and 30 seconds of an uninterrupted montage of him scrolling through his Instagram comments. And they're just copy and pasted comments. He has maybe 4 active Instagram followers, but each one of them leaves about 200 comments each to compete in his fake giveaways. It's pathetic, and it's sad, and I have no doubt that he operates a couple of those accounts to inflate his comment numbers as well. But man, this guy wasn't lying. He is back with another banger. Some savage hot fucking fire out here. Don't let your girlfriend or wife watch this man, because they will get pregnant just from looking at his beauty. And if they see his Instagram comments, shit bro, you just lost your girlfriend and wife.
Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and turn on post notification to be on notification squad, guys. And before this video starts, you know what time it is?
This one's my fault. I should have known what time it was. It's more dubstep time. So we're 4 minutes into the video. 4 or 5 minutes, I don't remember, and I don't feel like looking again, but somewhere in that ballpark. And he has still not even gotten to the point of the video or done anything that relates to the title. All of it is just padding for time to reach 10 minutes. And he does this exact same routine, exactly the way you're seeing it here, in every single one of his videos. It is a carbon copy. Each single fucking video. And there's so much dubstep in each video that you will be shitting out wub wub bubbly bub boo 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 beats. It is fucking putrid. It is the most disgusting content on the site. And it's so fucking scummy too, because not only does he do a fake giveaway, but he wastes everyone's time with these horrible dance breaks and Instagram scrolls. I don't understand at all how this is even allowed to be on here. A, because he's breaking rules by doing the fake giveaway and laws. And B, how the fuck has he not been chased off the site? Who watches this? Who actually sits there and awaits each upload so that way they can watch his dance times and his fidget spinning on top of erect penis time? And I don't know who would ever find this content entertaining. The obvious answer is always kids, but what kind of kid has the patience to keep watching the same video every single time? And it's not like this is a charismatic or entertaining guy. He doesn't tell jokes. He doesn't do anything except beg you to smash the like button and subscribe, ring the bell, enter in his fake giveaway, and then send him pictures of your fucking flaccid asshole.
I just came into WhatsApp and Minnie Mouse is actually here. You look at this, guys, Minnie Mouse. I just saved the name and then her profile picture just showed up. There's like no way, guys, this is so insane. Look, guys, I'm just gonna open it. Oh my god, look at this, guys, it is actually Minnie Mouse.
Well, I'm convinced.
She's sending me the mouse emoji too. Yo, I'm gonna say, is this actually Minnie Mouse?
That's a bulletproof strategy. He wants to confirm it's the real Minnie Mouse by asking her straight up. Gotta make sure it's not a child predator or sex offender or anything like that. But hey kid, if it's not too much to ask for, I don't mean to interrupt dance time, playtime, nap time, whatever the fuck else kind of breaks you take in this video, but could you please clean off your camera here in this shot? It's very blurry. You got a little semen left on it.
Wait, you'll see. Oh my god, guys. He just said wait, you'll see. Look at this. He's just, yeah, she's, oh my god. She's FaceTiming me, guys. There's like no way. Look at this, like Minnie Mouse is actually FaceTiming me. Yo, this is like creeping me out, guys. Look, Minnie Mouse.
Listening to this man speak is like listening to a record player keep skipping and looping the same shit over and over again. It's like when your Netflix starts to drop connection, so it goes back a couple of milliseconds, so you keep hearing the same things back and forth. That's exactly what his videos are. He repeats himself as many times as possible to keep padding for time. What a goddamn hero.
Wait, who's that? Who's laughing? I can't say it.
I already know who you are. I think I'm going to visit you.
No, please. Minnie Mouse, no, I don't want you to visit me.
And cut. That was a fucking great take right there. Stellar acting. Let's go ahead and move on to the next scene. Your lines for this one will be, oh, hi, Mark. The room's gonna be a big hit, kid, and you're the star. You're fucking nailing it out here. Your delivery is second to none.
Minnie Mouse said she wants to visit me. Like, I don't even want to see her again. Yo, like, Minnie Mouse said she want to visit me, but I don't want to see her. Yo, there's like no way, guys. Like, there was a creepy guy talking, and then it was Minnie Mouse, alright, guys?
Oh, thank God. Thank you for the plot summary. I zoned out there for a minute, and I must have missed some crucial details, but luckily you were there to repeat it to me a couple of times. That way I was sure to remember what had just happened a few seconds prior. Like a little 24 flashback, a previously on type deal. I respect that. Very great work. I'm guessing this kid just expects everyone who clicks on his videos to have their eyes closed during it because he just constantly tells you what you just saw.
No way, guys, it's insane. At the beginning he said, hey. I said, hey, who is this? He said, Minnie Mouse. And then a creepy guy just started laughing like out of nowhere, alright, guys? And then I said, wait, who is that? Who's laughing? And then he said, who are you? I said, I'm not gonna tell you who I am, I'm sorry. And then he said, I already know who you are. And then he started laughing, and then Minnie Mouse came, and then he said, I think I'm going to visit you. And at the end as well, he said, I'm going to visit you again. Yo.
Okay, alright, yeah, I was able to follow all that. Okay, I think we're all up to speed now. So what we just witnessed has now also just been summarized for us here, so you can either use the Clip Notes version that he's giving, or you can go back and watch it again for yourself.
Oh my god. Yo, there's no way, guys. Oh my gosh, she looks so creepy. Minnie Mouse. Yo, why is my camera shaking? Yo, Minnie Mouse. Oh my god. You guys, look, it's actually the real Minnie Mouse. Oh my god. How did you came here? What the, oh my god. You guys. Over here, alright, guys? So make sure to hit a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And turn on the post notification to be on notifications. Oh my god.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight. Jesus Christ. Did you see that? And did you see her at the end too when he was going through his 9th time of telling you to subscribe, like, and check out his Instagram so you can send him nudes? You saw Minnie Mouse behind him, right? Like, I'm not going insane. Like, that shit was real. Yo, guys, that was holy fuck. Man, let's check out his Thanos one. Let's go ahead and see if there's any similarities between the two.
Join my free gift cards giveaway. Subscribe to my channel. Like the video.
I'm just gonna scroll down. If you guys see your name, just screenshot it. Let's go. To be on notification squad, guys, and we are just gonna be calling Thanos. Yo, Thanos, please stop it. You look so creepy. Yo, and he doesn't focus on him. Yo, look, guys, it's actually Thanos.
So we got to hit the fake gift card giveaway, the 5-second fidget spinning like blood oath that you take, the Instagram scrolling for a couple minutes, the dance break, the repeating yourself, and then eventually FaceTiming Thanos. And when we get to the big reveal where he's using the backpack stickers on a popsicle stick, you couldn't even get the camera in focus, so it just looks like a giant purple dick that's waving around over there, as if Barney was on the other side of the wall with a huge boner slapping it around. Some real spooky shit you've seen here today, but I hope I didn't scare you all too bad by showing you this, but I think I showed you the worst YouTuber on the site, objectively speaking. See ya. There's a long list of people I'll never have respect for. Cheaters, drunk drivers, animal abusers, murderers. Yeah, that's right, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not gonna censor myself. I think you gotta be a real jerk to kill someone. Standing wipers is another one. I don't understand what kind of psychopath would stand up after doing their business to wipe when the toilet seat already spreads your cheeks, giving you the optimal angle of entrance to your butthole. Doesn't make any sense. You're adding extra steps and more of a nuisance. And another thing that I'll never have respect for are pathetic scumbags that abuse the YouTube strike system because their feelings got hurt. And that has been happening quite a bit lately on the platform. It's been an incredible week for little slimy weasels that like to use the YouTube strike system because someone made a video they weren't overly happy about. So I wanted to march on in here and administer some wedgies and shoot spitballs at these fucking dweebs that are doing this disgusting weenie behavior where they're abusing this YouTube system to try and get rid of videos that said not nice things about their content. The first one I want to cover is from this YouTube channel, Penguinz0. They received a copyright strike from another YouTuber named The Manny Show. I'll go ahead and play a clip from this video that explains it.
That one of my videos had a copyright takedown, which is very new to my channel. The video in question that was taken down is why everyone hates The Manny Show. And the YouTube automated email says, "Hi Penguinz, we received a copyright removal request."
I was unfamiliar with The Manny Show before this situation, and I really missed 30 minutes ago when I was still in ignorant bliss about who this was, because this shit is insufferable. It's a massive YouTube channel that just aims to fill the shorts algorithm with brain rot content to try and farm subs off of it. It sucks. It super sucks. Copyright strikes are a huge deal. It's more than just the video getting taken down. It affects the entire channel. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the strike system on this platform. It's the nuclear option. When someone does that, it's a declaration of war, and that's when things get extremely serious. And it's also an unforgivable sin on the internet. If you ever have that little devil on your shoulder that convinces you to file a copyright strike, just know that blemish is gonna haunt you for the rest of your fucking life on the cyberspace. People don't forget that. So if you're filing a strike on a channel, you better hope that that channel is publicly beheading puppies or something, because otherwise, everyone's going to hate you for it forever. Strikes, in an ideal world, would be reserved for repeat offender channels that are publishing like borderline criminal content. Anything aside from that, and you could just file a normal copyright claim and block. You don't have to choose to strike the channel. You can just take down the video you think is in violation of your copyright or whatever, and have that be that. But when you go the extra step here and put the cherry on top of the shit cake with a strike, then it becomes a huge deal. But in a situation like this, the Manny Show would still very much be in the wrong, even if they took the lesser of two evils and just removed the video without the strike. Because they have no grounds for removing the video whatsoever. They have no legs to stand on. It's a completely fraudulent claim that blatantly abuses YouTube's system. The channel that was struck, Penguinz0, is a commentary channel that will play a clip from a piece of content, let it play for like 10 or 15 seconds or so, and then talk about it, giving their commentary on whatever they're going over, whatever the subject is. Looking at the removal request, we can see that 13 seconds of the video was enough to lead the Manny Show to strike the entire fucking channel here. That's some fucking filthy fish paste right there. 13-second clip was enough to have the Manny Show bring the hammer down with the iron fist on the channel, because Penguinz0 was saying some less than stellar things about the Manny Show, I guess. But you can't strike someone because your feelings were hurt over what he was saying about your content. That's just not how it works. He hasn't violated any rules at all. You are totally fine to play bits and pieces from other content and then talk about it, transform it with your commentary, your jokes, your input, whatever it is. It's not like Penguinz0 took the entire video from the Manny Show and re-uploaded it without adding anything to it, without changing it whatsoever. There was no rules that were broken here, at least not from what I can tell. I also will just never understand this strategy of doing something like this, because as the Manny Show or part of the Manny Show team, you would have to know that Penguinz0 or any commentary channel ever would see this and immediately talk about it, because this is just a big no-no. This is like an unwritten rule on YouTube that you don't strike another YouTuber just because they hurt your feelings. That will always backfire on you in the biggest possible way, and it puts all of the eyes on you as the bad guy, as the villain. You won't get support for that. No matter what Penguinz0 was saying about you, and I can't go watch the video since it's been taken down, but I imagine he was calling him cringe or something. Now you have made things significantly worse for yourself. The video title that got taken down was Why Everyone Hates the Manny Show, and I don't know what the reason behind it was, but I can tell you what it will be now. The reason why everyone hates the Manny Show is because they're very sensitive and file false strikes on other YouTubers' channels. I can now answer that question for why people hate the Manny Show. And that's because of your actions. Not even because of your content, it's because what you've done when someone criticized you. It's fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Speaking of dumb and stupid, we have the actual fucking mascot for those things, Tech Lead here. He is apparently still filing false DMCA claims. I just made a video talking about him. I called it Complete Loser. I went over his last fraudulent strike that he issued on Internet Anarchist. Mudahar posted this on June 29th, so only a couple days ago. This appears to be a screenshot of Tech Lead filing a DMCA takedown request. This is a classic SpongeBob, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man moment. This one is particularly enjoyable though because this means that YouTube automatically declined Tech Lead's attempt to falsely strike another channel. This doesn't happen super often with YouTube, but they do have measures in place to prevent offenders like Tech Lead from abusing these systems once they're made aware of it. So what happens, and I've seen it a couple of times, what happens is you take one of these fucking worms like Tech Lead, they file a takedown removal request. YouTube will then start processing it and realize that this is just a bunch of hooey. So YouTube will actually send you an email making you aware that someone tried to target a particular video for a particular reason. In Mudahar's case, that video from a Tech Lead segment. And they tell you that they are not going to take any action because they believe it's fair use, but they want to put it on your radar in case you want to do something with that information. The reason they state is in case you want to delete it just to be safe to avoid any kind of like legal ramifications if they decide to go above the YouTube strike system. So they just give you that information so that way you can plan your next steps accordingly, whether it's deleting the video or contacting the party directly. So that's why Mudahar has that copy there of the Tech Lead DMCA. It's because YouTube thought it was such a load of barnacles that they didn't even bother fucking with it. They just threw it into the trash pile right away, but sent a copy to Mudahar to basically use as toilet paper if he wants. That is so poetic for Tech Lead. YouTube won't even take him seriously anymore. I'm surprised they haven't taken legal action against him since he has openly on record admitted to abusing their system, which is a legal problem. That is actually him admitting to some very bad activity that YouTube could absolutely slap him for. And I think they probably will. This is leading me to believe that YouTube is now very much aware of Tech Lead and what he's doing, and I really think YouTube might take actual action against him for this garbage. Now maybe I'm huffing copium like crack here, but it really to me does seem like YouTube might do something. They're declining his DMCAs without even bothering to process them anymore because they must be aware that this is just bogus. Like it's fake, fraudulent. So maybe they'll do something against Tech Lead. I think they absolutely should. And this has nothing to do with his false DMCA takedown strike crusade that he's going on, but I have to talk about this because it was so pathetic. A few nights ago, actually by this point it's probably like 5 or 6 nights ago, maybe even like a week ago, I'm losing track of time, everything's blending together. But I was streaming Elden Ring, I was playing the DLC, and I saw Tech Lead poke his curious little head up in my chat. And he would cheer on whatever boss I was fighting at the time, like, go get him, demon guy, beat his ass, that kind of thing. You called me a complete loser? Well, look at you, you're dying to this Elden Ring boss, loser. And nobody in the chat even noticed he was there. He's such an insignificant fly that even his attempts to try and stir up shit in the chat didn't work. It just flew under the radar because no one gives a fuck about him. But I saw him because I'm always paying attention to the chat. It's the most fun about streaming is interacting with the community. So I saw Tech Lead in there, but I didn't call any attention to him. I just sat there and just looked at what he was saying. And I know he started fuming because I'm actually good at Elden Ring. So he came in during the Mother Finger boss fight, and it only took me like 5 tries or something on that boss. And he came in there at like the third or so try. So he only got to see me take 1, maybe 2 deaths until I beat the boss. And then he just had to sit there and say some other nonsense outside of that because I wasn't struggling on the bosses. And I just found that to be so embarrassing that this grown-ass man would take like 30, 40 minutes, whatever it was, out of his evening. And it was late too. It was like 2 a.m., 1 a.m., something like that. to hopefully watch me struggle on Elden Ring bosses and then not even get the pleasure of seeing that. Now, if he came in later and saw me on the final boss, he would have had quite a spectacle, because that boss is fucking brutal. That took me, like, almost 3 hours to beat. But he came on the bosses that I was able to just fucking slap around and put the smackdown on. And he just had to sit there and just say nonsense, and no one responded to it. And I just see it and kind of, like, smile internally about it. I just had to point that out. I found that to be, like, so embarrassing. I don't know how he went to sleep that night with that level of shame. Going into my chat to try and start shit only to have no response from anybody. Just straight up crickets. So I had to mention that since we were already talking about this loser anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about these two cases here because within just a week, we've already seen 2 YouTubers, again, falsely strike or attempt to strike other channels for nonsense reasons. And I think that shit sucks. That's about it. See ya.
Whenever I make the mistake of checking the trending tab on YouTube, I'm spit roasted with the sad reality that the majority of the popular content online is garbage aimed towards kids, just a whole load of horse shit that's aimed at children. And there's a good reason for that. It's because children are like viewbots. Parents no longer feel like raising their own kids. They put that responsibility on the internet now. So just sit their kids down in front of an iPad to let videos autoplay all day while they go on Facebook to complain about how difficult it is to be a modern parent, and then whine when something's not child-friendly enough because God forbid they have to do any level of parenting on their own and actually monitor their kids' behavior. So these kids are like prisoners being held hostage by their parents, strapped to a table like Hannibal fucking Lecter with their eyes pried open, being forced to watch YouTube kids content because their parents can't be bothered to entertain them. And I do feel bad for the kids because they're growing up thinking TikToks are hilarious because they're brainwashed by this terrible YouTube shit. This awful, awful, terrible YouTube kids content. And no channel is worse than Troom, which we'll take a look at today. Today I'll be watching their 18 ways to sneak pets into a movie theater, which comes at the greatest time for this considering movie theaters are extinct right now. And of course, everyone's been asking for years, man, I want to go to the movie, but I want to bring my jellyfish. How the fuck am I going to be able to do this? Luckily, Troom has plenty of answers for you. Tons of tactics and techniques to sneak your beloved pets into the movie theater, where they belong.
Your ticket! What do you need a hat for? Yo, this hat is my lifestyle. Yo, yo, yo. Whoa, not bad. Come in. Come out, cutie. It's your favorite part.
This hat is my lifestyle, yo. Thank you, Troom. I don't have a hamster, but I will be smuggling 3 pounds of cocaine in my hat now using your technique. It's ingenious. This whole skit feels like it was written by a computer program, just like an AI that's in its most primitive state at the moment. No movie theater is like this. I've been to hundreds of movie theaters, and never a single time has there ever been like a security guard strictly checking tickets like with a flashlight, making sure it's not counterfeit, and then interrogating you about a hat. It's not like you're going to a fucking funeral, you're going to see a Marvel movie or something. So this whole thing just doesn't make any sense. And why would you ever sneak a pet into a movie in the first place? And honestly, I feel like a fucking idiot for even asking that question when clearly there wasn't any thought put into this. It was just pumped out within an hour based on what popular words were floating around Twitter at the time. They saw pets, they saw a movie theater, and then decided, let's perform an unholy fusion dance of the two and create this here. This amalgamation of filth and trash. And I get this is all made for kids, so I shouldn't really expect it to have like Christopher Nolan levels of quality and thought-provoking themes or shit like that. That doesn't mean every piece of kids content has to be terrible, like copy and pasted nursery rhymes endlessly to exploit the algorithm, or horrible shit like Troom.
Would you be so kind as to take it off? Sure. Look, it's empty. You were right. You can come in. What is the best place to hide a bunny? A magician hat. There you go, Fluffy. I told you you'd watch a new movie. Settle in.
Is it really worth the $50 to just shove your dignity up your ass and be an actor in one of these things? I often wonder, does it actually help or ruin your career to be an actor in one of these? Now, far be it from me to poke holes into the bulletproof strategies of Troom here, but this strategy is only viable
for anyone that's a warlock or just familiar with birthday party magic. This isn't something that anyone's going to be able to pick up and do. You're going to have to study some Chris Angel highlight reels in order to get the technique down and feel confident enough to pull it off in the real world. So there's going to be a lot of preparation into this one. Especially if you're working with a bunny that size. Fucking Godzilla here. It looked like she pulled a lion out of her hat.
Oh, you were expecting. Hi, cutie. Please, come in. Come on. How can these adorable little babies make you tired?
Now this will only work if your security guard's a fucking rookie, some kind of terrible amateur with their first day on the job. If you're not investigating every pregnant woman that's coming to your movie theater, you don't deserve to call yourself a movie theater security guard. If this was me as a security guard, I would have absolutely done it the textbook way. I would have interrogated her a little bit about the pregnancy, when she expecting, when was it conceived, etc. And then once she's done with my questionnaire, I'd give her the ultimate test, just like Ellen DeGeneres. I'd whip out some champagne and make her take a drink to prove that she's either pregnant or not pregnant. I'd make damn sure I knew whether or not she was truly pregnant or not. If she doesn't drink the champagne, she's likely actually pregnant. If she does take a drink, well, she's a terrible fucking mother and I'm calling the police on her. Or she was lying to me. Either way, she's out of my movie theater if she's taking a drink. So I would absolutely hit her with the ultimate test, because as a movie theater security guard, it is your responsibility to make sure there isn't any goddamn ducks coming into any of the movies. You're like Atlas holding the world on your shoulder, but on a much smaller scale. And also only making sure pets aren't coming in, apparently.
This place is full of suspicious people. Let's check everything in here. Clear. We're conducting the scheduled security inspection.
Now, I don't think anyone's actually using their advice to sneak pets into a movie theater, but should there be some lost soul out there that thinks any of these are a good idea, let me just say this one is an actual felony. Impersonating an officer, an FBI agent and shit like that, I mean, that's a crime. That's punishable by jail time. Even if you're a child, the law doesn't care about your age. You're not safe. Even if you're 6 years old and you try this, you are going to jail for life. You will be in the slammer forever, and your parents will get divorced, and Santa Claus isn't bringing you any presents, so don't you even fucking think about trying this, alright? You little snot-nosed, milk-drinking little turd.
Do you want to become invisible? Act like a chameleon. Haha, it works every time.
I don't really get why this one's here, because this isn't even about sneaking your pet into a movie theater. It's about sticking a chameleon up your asshole and then gaining its superpowers. So I don't even know what this is going to teach anyone. This won't work for me. If I put a chameleon up my butthole, there's a good chance I don't absorb its invisibility camouflage powers through osmosis or anything. So I just don't know. I don't even know why this is part of the tutorial.
Are these kittens? No animals at the movies. Fine. Abracadabra, we are going in. And go! Hi, girls!
I don't really get this one either. If the kittens were actually women the whole time, other witches, why wouldn't you just have them enter as women and then transform into cats once they're in the movie theater? It just seems like you added an unnecessary step to hypnotize the security worker. You could have just really thought this out a little bit better, but I mean, hey, effective strategy, I will say. You get the idea, it fucking sucks. All of these kids' channels, which comprise the majority of the top 100 channels on the website, and even extending beyond YouTube, the majority of the most popular content online in the most lucrative field is things aimed at children. And it's all pretty fucking terrible right now, because everyone's viewing children as just numbers, instead of actually trying to make something that will help kids, you know, actually educate them or genuinely entertain them instead of just giving them something like Troom. It's, I don't know, it's sad. I honestly think it's just more sad than anything. I grew up in the 90s, so I had a lot of different kids content back then, but that kind of kid shit still kind of holds up by today's standards as just general good entertainment. Whereas in 5 years from now, I don't think anyone that grew up on this shit is going to look back fondly on Troom's 18 ways to sneak pets into a movie theater and have a good old belly laugh about the golden years. You know, I just don't see that happening because it's all genuinely garbage. And I don't think anyone's actually entertained by it. I just feel like they're forced to watch it because their parents are making them stay glued to their devices because they just don't want to do anything with their kids or raise them anymore. And it's just sad. All kids content fucking sucks. That's the majority of what I'm trying to say. That's about it. So yeah. I'm sure you can tell by my voice, but I'm fucking livid. YouTube took down my Logan Paul video, which is pretty amazing considering there's a couple thousand of these over the last 24 hours,
and to my knowledge, mine is the only one that has been taken down. What's even more amazing to me is the reason it was removed: misleading or insufficient metadata. I'd never had this happen before. I've had many videos wrongfully taken down by YouTube, but never for this reason. So like any sane man, I went and took a shit and then Googled the problem. Turns out YouTube posted something explaining it. They have this fucking robot telling me what it means.
This also helps you know exactly what you are about to watch when you click on a video. When we say metadata, we are talking about all the information associated with a video that isn't the video itself, including information that you, the uploader, provide. This includes the title, the thumbnail, the description, and the tags. Unfortunately, sometimes uploaders abuse our metadata in ways that are intentionally misleading, either to our users or to our search algorithms.
It's like I just watched a fucking ISIS video. It's like they were forcing this woman at gunpoint to give these rules. So apparently either my title, my description, or my tags were misleading, which I find hard to believe since it's not all that different from the titles of very popular ones about this right now. Take a look at these. Not all that different from my title, which was Logan Paul laughing at a dead man. It's not like I fucking clickbaited it. Cosmic Guardian Logan Paul turbo giggling at murdered reptilian humanoid on planet Earth. I didn't fucking go the extra mile and make up some stupid shit. If somebody found my video, Logan Paul laughing at a dead man, and clicked on it, they would see Logan Paul laughing at a dead man. It's not misleading. The only thing I can think of that would even be misconstrued as misleading is my description, which was, "This is the greatest fucking douchebag of all time." That one I can see kind of being misleading. There's a lot of fucking douchebags. It's a bold claim saying Logan Paul's the biggest. But even still, is that really a hill you want to die on, YouTube? I don't think Logan Paul is the biggest fucking douchebag on the planet. I'm taking this down because I was misled. Well, okay, maybe you're right. I should have changed it. This is the fastest balding douchebag on YouTube. Maybe that's what I should have put it to, and then it wouldn't have been misleading. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous, because some of the biggest content creators on this urethral swab of a website clickbait the shit out of all of their videos, misleading thumbnails, misleading descriptions, but it's okay because they're so big on the platform. Before anyone speculates that it's Logan Paul that took it down, I highly doubt it. His holiness is way too big to be watching some plebeian's YouTube videos on him. There's no way he actually saw it and wanted it down. I think it's just YouTube selectively enforcing their fucking vague rules. Obviously, I appealed this, and I'm sure someone at YouTube HQ is gonna wipe their asshole with that, but at least I'm trying to get the video back up. I really have no more to say about how absurd YouTube's been over the last few years, but man, this is a nice barbed wire dildo on top of my birthday cake that I can squat my fucking ass on. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.